Hey guys, what's up? Nick here once again. I have no idea what I'm going to name this video, but this is going to be a live commentary. I'm going to chop it up a little bit, some spots where I just mumble or whatever, or I say ums a lot. So you might see cuts throughout this video. However, I just want to show you guys a live look at how the game feels in Modern Warfare 3 that just released a couple days ago. This essentially will be my main review, I guess, so to speak, of the multiplayer for Modern Warfare 3. I'm not going to talk about the campaign. I'm going to talk a little bit about the zombies, but this is mostly just the multiplayer. So if you're curious if you should buy this game, if you've been waiting like a week after release now, for if you should buy it, if it's been updated, if they fixed the problems at launch, this video will hopefully be for you. Going into the different game modes, we have TDM, Free-for-all, Domination, Search and Destroy, Kill Confirmed, Hardpoint, and Control. Not a whole lot of game modes off the rip, but it's enough to keep most people, like me, entertained. My only issue, though, I do wish they would have brought back Gunfight. I really missed that one. I don't know why they only brought it for Modern Warfare 2019 and never brought it back. So, I don't know. If anybody out there that works at Call of Duty, Treyarch, Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer Games, whatever, please fucking bring that game mode back. We want Gunfight back. I absolutely loved it. I hate that it's gone. We're just going to jump into a domination or a hard point. Doesn't really matter. We're just going to hit quick play here and see what we can find. I haven't had any issues with matchmaking with this game. I find matches pretty quickly. That's pretty common, though. This game's pretty popular. Still a lot of people playing it, of course. But we are going to get into the major issue, I think, with the game right now, and that is the skill-based matchmaking. I'm in no way, shape, or form a pro at this game. I've never been good at Call of Duty. I've always been pretty casual, and I normally only played it just for fun. You can see I am max level right now at 55. I have been grinding this game pretty heavily since it came out because there is a lot that I like about it. But the biggest issue, and that's why I want to get it out of the way first, is the skill-based matchmaking. So the skill-based matchmaking in this game is just above and beyond. At first glance, I thought it was actually a little bit fixed. I thought it was a little bit better than last year's, and the year before, and the year before, and the year before. But that just did not seem to be the case after, a week now of playing this game. It does seem that sometimes you can get some good luck with this game where you can play maybe, 5, 6, 7 games in a row and not have much issue. But then there is times where I've just booted this game up in the morning and played 7, 10 games in a row. And I felt like every game I was going against the sweatiest players I've ever gone against in my life. And yeah, I know some people can look at this and be like, oh, it's a skill issue, like your aim is terrible, whatever, which is definitely true, 100%. I'm not saying I'm really good or I should be destroying every level or every game I'm in, but there is definitely players I'm going against where they are much higher than my skill bracket. Like watching their kill cams, their aim, their movement, it's a no-brainer that they're just insanely better than me. So I'm wondering, if skill-based matchmaking is so thick and rampant, why am I going against these people? Why am I going against people who are clearly better than me? I don't understand it. And I do know about reverse boosting. I know that's been a thing for quite a while, and I think a lot of people are just doing that nowadays. And I'm not saying that I'm normally in bot lobbies, because, like I said, 90% of the people I go against are this good. Okay, let's check this out really quick. I just want to see how good his aim is, because I think that was a pretty good shot. See, look at that. Not amazing, but better than me. This isn't a good, I'm not going to sit here and say this is the best example of all time. This is just one example. This is my first game on today. I have not played any matches prior to this video recording. I just wanted to give you guys a good look at what it's like jumping into a game in Modern Warfare 3. And yeah, it's just kind of wild just how rampant the SBMM is and why they haven't done anything to fix it over the past, what has it been, 5 years now that people have been complaining about it. It's really sad. It needs to be fixed, man. I don't get it. Even the pros have said, pros and casuals alike, it's not just the pros that are complaining about this. I have seen some people on Twitter that just have the most brain dead takes of all time, where they're just saying, if you don't like SBMM, it means you're bad. You need to get better. And it's the people who are saying this are people who probably play Call of Duty once a month, and they have 3 kids at home, and they hate their life. So those people should not have a say in this at all. And I'm obviously in the middle. I don't play a whole lot. Like, I'll play maybe 3 times a week for maybe an hour after work when I have time. Because I do work full time. I don't make content full time. And I make content for fun. I'm going to be 30 next year, so I'm getting up there in the age bracket. So I'm in the middle here. You know, I'm not a super casual, but I'm also not a pro or like a diehard Call of Duty fan. So I just play these games for fun because I've been a fan of these games for many years. Like, since I think my first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 3. And then, you know, COD 4 came out, and that was the big multiplayer change, and I've been a fan ever since. Now, my buddy Fortunate, if you guys don't know him, he's an amazing Modern Warfare 2, classic Modern Warfare 2 content creator. Still makes a ton of videos to this day on nuke challenges and stuff like that. Definitely check him out. You're obviously probably a fan of his already if you're checking this video out. But if you're not, go give him a sub. But yeah, he made a video recently talking about his thoughts on this game. I don't know how that wasn't a kill. And he brought up a really good point. He was saying that with skill-based matchmaking, it almost feels like the developers want everybody, whether you're a pro or you're a noob, to have a 1.0 KD. Just everybody be the exact same. So if they notice that you're starting to do really well and you're getting these crazy kill streaks and you're just destroying bots, essentially, they're going to basically put you against pros to lower your KD again. So you're back at 1 KD. Then the same thing goes for if you're getting destroyed. If you're brand new to Call of Duty, you've never touched a controller in your life, you're going to start going against bots so that the game gets you wins. It gets you kills and brings you up to a 1.0 KD. I can easily say that I usually hover around a 1 KD. Shocking, I know. But in previous games, like Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops 2, I hovered around a 2 KD at some point. I remember back in the day, I think my highest was a 2 KD, but usually 1.5 was like my average. But these last 5 games, like Vanguard, Modern Warfare 2019, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops Cold War, every single one of these games, I have literally been at like a 1 to right below a 1 KD, which is by far the worst I've done in the past like 8 years. And it definitely could be a case that I'm just getting worse as I age. You know, I don't play as much as I did as a kid. So that of course is a part of it. I'm not going to say it's not, or that I should just be beating these guys and doing amazing. That's definitely not what I'm trying to say here. But it's kind of just like the proof is in the pudding, right? If this is the case for almost everybody, it's not just me, there's got to be a problem here. I don't know. I don't think they're ever going to change it at this point. There's been so many people complaining about it for years at this point. The whole Call of Duty community is against Activision and against all the COD developers at this point because of skill-based matchmaking, and they still refuse to change it. So, I don't know, man. Maybe one day we could get lucky and they might just get rid of it. But my biggest thing is, like, keep skill-based matchmaking, but only for ranked modes. Why keep it in the pubs? I don't understand that. If we're just playing for fun, casual games, make it randomized. If I go against a god or a team of gods, that's fine. It happens. But the next game, it probably won't be the same. Make the lobbies just don't disband anymore. If you have a lobby where you feel like everyone's pretty fairly matched, everybody can stay together, and maybe you might even make a friend or two along the way. I've had that happen many times in the past these games. And I've made a lot of friends with these games, believe it or not. Yes, there's a lot of toxic people, of course, but there's some great people out there that you could run across and have a good time with. But when you only play one game nowadays and then the lobby disbands, you never see people again, I have not had an interaction like that in years, which is really sad. So that's another big thing. Just keep the lobbies. Don't disband them. And make it connection-based. Every lobby should be based on really good connections, not based on just skill alone. It doesn't make any sense to me. So that's my rant on SBMM. Everybody's talked about it. Everybody's ranted about it. I don't want to just beat a dead horse. Let's talk about the things that are actually improved and better about this game compared to the previous. The biggest thing is the movement. This has been the talk of the town, and it is definitely an upgrade. I am not a movement kid by any means. Like I said, I am getting older, so fast-paced movement does kind of give me a little bit of a headache from time to time. But I gotta say, like, the feeling of this game is so smooth. It's so buttery smooth. Like, just, again, the speed at which you can run, slide, dolphin dive, go around corners. Knife only, by the way, is extremely fun. I've done knife only for a few years now, and it's usually been hell in every single game except Cold War. But this game, knife only, is actually pretty decent. Throwing knives is really fun. Feels like it's got a decent lunge when you knife people. It's got a really good speed again with your your sprinting speed, the tactical sprint, everything is great. I have no issues there. We absolutely got rocked. I will say though, when I'm doing live commentary, I'm thinking more about what I'm saying than the actual gameplay. So, last place. I'm not going to say that that was skill-based matchmaking that made me lose there. I'm just playing terribly. So now that the game ended, as you can see, our lobby has been disbanded, as always, and it's searching for a different one. It's just so stupid. Just keep us in the lobby, damn it. Really quick before we get back into the movement, this whole section 2 has been a huge headache for many people since launch here. So they put all of these items behind this daily challenge wall. So you might be wondering, what are these items? Are these like secret items or whatever? No, these are straight up just items you would normally unlock just by playing the game, getting XP, and leveling up. That's just not the case anymore. Sadly, these are all put behind this daily challenge wall. So you need to complete specific amounts of daily challenges to unlock said items. So for Bouncing Betties, you have to do 5 daily challenges to unlock 1 item, which is the Bouncing Betties. For this one, you have to unlock 5. You have to do 3, 5. It just depends on the item. And you have to select which one you want to work on, and you work on them individually. So this takes a very long time. It's extremely monotonous. And yes, it's daily challenges, so these do not reset after you've completed them. You have to wait a full 24 hours to get new daily challenges. Now, they have given one little bonus, which is nice. Once you've completed your 3 daily challenges, you then unlock the ability to get 1 level of daily challenge completed if you win a match. So it's pretty much just as I stated. If you win the match, your team is successful and you are triumphant, you will get 1 daily challenge token essentially towards the item of your choice. And it is infinite. So you technically could just keep playing all day and just keep winning matches and you could unlock all those items. But the problem with this is it's 100% based on your team, right? And when you have disbanding lobbies, that means you're never going to know who you're going to get on your team if you're playing with randoms like I do. Because I don't have a group of 5 friends that play Call of Duty every single day that I can join in with. And that's where the issue lies. It's like, yes, it's nice that it is giving people an incentive to try to win, except once everybody unlocks everything, then they're not going to care anymore. It just goes back to the way it's always been. But it's like, just give us the option then. It shouldn't be forced upon us. If you want to get them unlocked earlier, or if you want to unlock a specific item before it shows up in the XP rotation of your levels, like let's say, for instance, throwing knives, right? Like I want to run knife only. The biggest item I need is throwing knives to do this successfully. So what can I do? I can go into my settings or go into the main lobby settings, and I can choose to unlock the throwing knives with daily challenges. And then I can just work for the next, 5, 10 games, whatever it takes, to get those daily challenges done to unlock the throwing knives immediately. Or I can just wait and play the game and get my XP to unlock a certain level to then get the throwing knives. It should be up to me, not the game forcing me to do one or the other. But sad reality is, you don't have that luxury of just playing the game, getting XP, and unlocking it whenever you unlock it. You only have the option of the first choice that I stated. That was actually pretty funny. I do like the addition of those little drones. That is a cool addition. And talking about new additions, it's probably the weakest thing of this game. There really isn't new stuff. It's pretty much everything carried over from Modern Warfare 2, and that's why everyone's calling this a DLC pack, which is a big bummer, because this is a much better experience of a game than the last year's version. However, that wasn't really that hard of a thing to beat, to be honest, because last year's Modern Warfare 2 is probably the worst Call of Duty of all time, in my opinion, next to Cold War. Anyway, yeah, they carried over pretty much every weapon from last year's game, and then they just carried over all these remade levels from the original Modern Warfare 2. And that is probably the highlight of this game. Yes, it's nostalgia bait, I will say. I'm not going to say it's not. And I fell for it. I absolutely love these levels. They're what I remembered as a kid. And I still played the original Modern Warfare 2 to this day on PC. But now it's just ravaged with cheaters, and it's not as fun as it used to be, sadly, because of the servers. But it's still an amazing game. It still holds up to this day. And these levels still hold up to this day. The only downside is the levels do show their age with this new engine. And what I mean by that is with the new movement and the mantling and stuff that we have at our fingertips of this game, it does show a lot of, like, it's not the right word, but it feels like plot holes in these levels. There's a lot of sections where it just doesn't work, and they should have added some things to block off players from getting in certain areas. where they really shouldn't. A good example is Quarry. So in the old days, you didn't have mantling. You couldn't like use your hands and pull your player up over a ledge. You can in this game. So that means you can literally climb up on any of those boxes in the entire level and just camp up there and hide. And yeah, this is amazing. This is wonderful. I'm just getting spawn camped at this point now. We'll talk about spawns in a second. And yeah, like Quarry is a good example of it. It's not a good level in this game. I like Quarry in the original Modern Warfare 2, but I absolutely hate it in Modern Warfare 3. Moving away from the levels though, all the rest, like, they're just straight one-to-one remakes. There's really no changes. Some sections have been added to certain levels to add a little bit better flow to them, which I have to applaud them for. Yes, they've added doors to some levels, which is kind of a bummer. Nobody likes the doors. Stop adding that shit. It's stupid. But all around, the levels are probably the biggest highlight next to the movement of this game. Next is the spawns. This is a huge, huge issue at the moment. Now, this can be fixed. I don't think they're going to leave this the way it is. I'd be very shocked if they don't change these spawns. But as you can see, they're very randomized at the moment. I can't tell you how often I just spawn in front of enemies to get shot from behind. Like, it just happens almost every single game, and it's frustrating to no end. I have never rage quitted out of as many matches as I have with this game. Mostly skill-based matchmaking is the factor to those rage quits, but the other factor is the spawns. Because I feel like, I don't know, maybe our brains have been conditioned to the old Call of Duties where the spawns have been smart enough to not spawn you within like a 5 to 10 meter radius of an enemy. So you kind of feel safe for a few seconds, you know? You're like, okay, I'm spawned, I'm ready to go. Let me get back to where the action is. But in this one, it feels like you spawn and you just have to do a full 360 to look around your surroundings to see who's looking at you. Because at any second, somebody can be right behind you ready to kill you. It's absolutely insane. It's bonkers. We actually got a kill. This is crazy. So yeah, I don't know. Spawns have been terrible. Everyone's been complaining about it. I'm sure they'll be fixed. I hope they will. Because they've already fixed a couple of things. They, earlier today, were trying something out. It looks like they took it away for some reason. But they had it where I was in a match and all my teammates had a blue glow around them, which made it really easy to see them, which was awesome. Absolutely loved that. Some people were expecting them to put a glow around the enemies as well, but I don't think they need that. I think as long as we can differentiate the difference between our teammates and the enemies, that is a huge win. So bring that glow back, because it also showed your teammates through walls, which was nice too, so you can see where people are, where the actual action is going on. Yeah, bring that shit back, put it in every game mode. That needs to be a final fix, because that was definitely a highlight of today. And it really showed that they are trying to fix it, and they are trying to listen to the community in some way. But I won't be happy until skill-based matchmaking is fixed and the spawns get fixed. Once those two major issues are gone, this easily could be the best Call of Duty of all time, at least multiplayer-wise, in my opinion. Because again, these are my favorite levels of all time. I love Modern Warfare 2. It's my favorite Call of Duty, the original, not last year's shitfest. I like these guns. I haven't really said that too much. I do like the weapons here, all the new ones, that is. I wish they would have not brought over any of the guns from last year's game, because it just feels there's too many options. There's too much shit to look at and sift through, and most of them are terrible. The ones from Modern Warfare 2 are bad, but all of the new guns feel good. Like, everyone feels strong. Nothing feels super weak or underpowered. If anything, too many things are broken at the moment. But I guess in a good way, you know. If everything's broken, it just feels fun. Not really too much to complain about there. So the guns are good. They brought back the gunsmith, as we see right there was a perfect example of the spawn. So he just killed me. And then I spawned right in front of him, right where he was going. So amazing spawns. But yeah, the gunsmith is back, as we've kind of gotten accustomed to. But I honestly hate it. I want to go back to like either the pick 10 system or just the original system we had in Modern Warfare 2 back in the day. Just give me a gun, maybe add 1 or 2 attachments, and that's it. That's all we need. We need a silencer and an optic. That's all I want. I don't need all this gun messing around and stats changing and spending 30 minutes in the lobby trying to get the perfect build by Googling it, because all the, the people who can play the game a lot longer than I can to get the stats down to figure out what the best build is. It's just annoying. It really is. I understand some people like that about these games. They enjoy that system. But for me, it's just too time-consuming, and it's annoying at this point. And not only that, but gunsmith aside, the attachments, the sheer level and amount of attachments is just unheard of. It's insane. There's too many. Why do we have like 37 different grips to choose from, 105 different underbarrel attachments to choose from, like 4,000 different sights to choose from? Like, we don't need that many. I know the gun nuts might really enjoy that, and they're like, oh, I have this sight in real life, I have this on my gun, like, that's great. And that's great, that's awesome. But for everybody else, for the casual player, it's just too much, man. There should be a way to hide it, or just get rid of it. We don't need it. I need one sight to choose from, one red dot, and then one sniper scope, and I'm fine. Like, I don't need all that. I know that might be an unpopular opinion, but yeah, it's just too much, man. The Gunsmith is crazy. All in all, I've been rambling a lot. This has been a longer video than I expected it to be. I don't think I really covered everything I wanted to in this video, but I talked about the main issues I have. Everything else, if I didn't bring up anything else, it's because it's fine. I have no issues with it. I think the gunplay is just as good and buttery smooth as it's ever been. I think the servers actually have been holding up pretty well. In zombies mode is sadly where the issues lie with the servers. There's been a lot of crashing and a lot of packet burst situations there. But with the actual multiplayer, I haven't had any issues when it comes to the servers, thankfully. No netcoding issues or anything like that. But you do get that classic Call of Duty bullshit where sometimes it feels like you put a ton of bullets into somebody, they don't die, and they kill you in 2 seconds. That's just Call of Duty for you. It happens. I don't mind the time to kill. I think that is fine. I think the TTK is just fine. It does not need to be faster, and it does not to be slower. I think that's perfect where it is, just because of how strong all the guns feel. I don't really have an issue with the TTK. And lastly, the sniper rifles. Like, sniping in this game is actually fun. They made sniping fun again. So I have to applaud them on that. Like, thank God it's not overpowered. I think sniping is still pretty difficult to do. And the main reason for that is because of the flinching. If you get one person shooting a bullet at you, you're going to miss that shot. Like, it literally makes you miss shots immediately if you're getting shot at. That could be something they probably should nerf. I think the flinch is a little bit too strong. But overall, I think sniping is a lot of fun. I'm glad that it's finally a chest one-shot kill no matter what sniper you use, which is how it should be. I've been seeing a lot of quick scoping going on. It's really fun to see. And the ADS speed's a lot better, a lot faster for not only just sniper rifles, but every gun. The ADS speed, everything's just faster. The movement and everything like that, I think they nailed it. It's perfect. So yeah, I don't know. Zombies is fun. I didn't really get into that either. It's okay. It's literally the best way to describe this in 30 seconds. It's DMZ from last year, but better. So it's DMZ from last year. It's PvE. Instead of going against just regular soldiers, you're going to get zombies pretty much. There are some regular soldiers in there for certain missions, but they're not really that rampant, and they're not that difficult either. It's just zombies. It's fun. It's mindless. And the best part is you can bring in guns from the multiplayer and get XP towards those weapons just by killing zombies. So it's kind of mindless fun to just run around and kill them after getting your ass kicked in multiplayer. So yeah, I don't really have any issues with the zombies. I do wish they would have gotten the classic round-based mode as well. Maybe that'll be coming in the future. But for now, we are stuck with this DMZ mode of zombies, and it's okay. It's not terrible. And it is a better version of DMZ than last year. I will admit that. And they removed PvP, thank God. So if you run into other players in the level, you don't have to worry about them. You just go around them or talk to them or kill zombies alongside them. It's actually kind of fun. So yeah, zombies is good. I really don't have a problem with it, especially that you can use it to kind of cheese the leveling up system with the multiplayer guns. So that's my full thoughts and opinions right now, about a week into the game's launch of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. It still, in my opinion, can be the best multiplayer we've ever seen, with those two major changes. Fix the spawns, and just, for the love of God, either completely get rid of skill-based matchmaking or just dim it down. Make it better. Make me want to play this game and actually play against players that I feel are fair. Or make it random, right? If I go against gods for one game, whatever, as long as the next one is fine. And just don't make lobbies disband. Yeah, that's it. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like, share, support. As always, subscribe to him as the next one. We'll hopefully see you in the next one. Peace out, everybody.